What's good, everyone? And we're gonna look at our final pre-built Brain Attack figure from Hero Factory. This one is Stormer, and I clearly remember not shooting a little review when I was 7 years ago, so that's a little unfortunate. So that means I can't show you the packaging and the parts. Instead, I have to just skip right to the completed model. And here is the completed model. And I gotta say, this Stormer in particular, smaller. He definitely downgraded from being XL to this, but I think it's actually better than the XL. He looks a lot cooler than the XL. So let me grab the XL. So here's the XL, and boom, you can see a definite downgrade, but I think Stormer's weapons and his overall look, apart from the XL, I think Brain Attack Stormer definitely exceeds this Stormer XL. So that's fine, and I think the downgrade is acceptable. And you can see Stormer here, he has proper back coverage and he has proper weapons, and I think this was the completed figure we've all been waiting for. Now, I don't have the bag. I threw away the bag 7 years ago, so we're gonna have to make with what we have here, and I do have the instruction manual. Just want to show you that he has a combination model with Frost Beast, which I don't have yet. Frost Beast is on his way, and he's still on his way to come to me, and so there's that. So right now, Stormer's opponent is not in the studio yet, but here's Stormer himself, and he's kept his white color scheme overall, but his blue has changed from your normal blue to transparent blue. That's great. Gotta love that color change. And you can see his legs are kind of built weirdly, I gotta say. So this is a little weird. I would suggest that Lego does this instead. I think if you move the armor pieces like this, then I think that will look much better instead of having it off to the side, because then you can see the exposed bone pieces. Now, he is particularly tall. He does use some pretty long knee joints and a pretty long ball joint at the end. So he is one of the taller figures, definitely taller than Bulk and Raka. But yeah, so posability kind of limits on the arms because of the new ice pieces here to use for his shoulder. So you can really only do this. You can't really move that far, but hey, it's fine. I think it's tolerable. Legs, obviously pose it very well. And yes, Stormer has 2 hands. Look at that. Even under his shield piece, it has 2 hands. Lego they could have just cheaped out and did this, just like they did with the old figures. They could have just done this. Simple. Nope, they were generous and gave us 2 hands. Thank the Lord for learning your lesson, Lego, for giving us 2 hands. And I think that is what it's supposed to look like. If they did that for all their heroes, then that will look fantastic. So, Stormer, 2 hands, gotta love it. But on this hand, you can see he has, I don't know what this is supposed to be. Is this supposed to be an ice shield or is it an ice shooter? But I think it can function as both, and I think it's cool. It's a neat design and definitely something creative and something I would have not thought of. Now for this one, he has a ice sword, which looks great, but you know what I think would be even better? If the blade was not silver, but transparent blue as well. Because even this shows in the TV series, and I think this was a fatal mistake. They should not have used silver for the blade, but they should have used transparent blue. I mean, they have it for Aquagon. Why don't they do it for this one? Like, I have Aquagon right here, and you can see Aquagon clearly has the transparent blue blades, right? So why don't they do the same thing with Stormer? This was a mistake, big mistake. They should have really done the transparent blue. So that's my little disappointment for that. But the wrist here has that transparent blue piece as well. I think that's fine. But yeah, that's only the blade. It's only the blade that's the main problem for this guy. Finally though, I want to show you the back. The back is nicely covered, and it is a ice missile launcher, and so Stormer can move this, flick this up and down. So I guess this is his like normal mode, and then when he's using it for combat, he can flick it up, and then it will just shoot these ice missiles. I guess these are to dismantle frost beasts. That's fine. At least they put in the effort to cover up the back of the figure, so that's great. And finally, I need to show you his head. Now, his head, I think, is a lot better than Breakout or Stormer XL, but once you flip off the visor, it looks kind of weird if you ask me. Not too bad, but it's still got that little, it's still got the OG Stormer 1.0 vibe to it. They haven't ditched that completely, but I think with the visor on there, then he looks much better with the visor. And the visor is actually really nice printed design too, and like Bulk's, which is a plain orange design. So it's a relatively quick video just because I don't have the other parts of the video. And so what do I think of Stormer? The blade was a definite missed opportunity, and definitely a big mistake. LEGO should have kept with the transparent blue for the Stormer. And so yeah, well, overall, like, I appreciate the two hands, appreciate they covered the back, and this figure feels very complete, a properly completed figure. So I'm gonna give him 7 out of 10. Blade, missed opportunity, and fixed the knees or the thighs. Definitely can fix it with the armor plating on there. So those are my thoughts. What are your thoughts? Do you disagree or do you agree with me? Make sure to hit that subscribe button and like or dislike. And that's it for pre-made figures for Brain Attack. So next up, like I said, because of the coronavirus situation, I have a couple sets, Brain Attack sets, that have not arrived yet. Evil, Breeze, Rocka, and Frost Beast. 4 sets are still underway. So right now we'll make do with what we have, and we'll see you all in the next one, and hope you guys enjoy. Talk to you again in the next video.